May the sun shine lightly on your face. May the rain fall softly in the palm of his hand.
Mr. Twomey, you heard us talk about what we'd like to do about the Endeavour in Newport Harbor that is as significant to our history as your Lusitania is to yours. And we're wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about what the folks in Kinsale are doing about sharing the history of your shipwreck with the general public that could be helpful to us as we start developing our plans.
Yeah, I suppose in Kinsale we've done it in two different locations. The first location would be at the old head of Kinsale, which is the nearest land point to where the actual Lusitania went down, and the old head of Kinsale was used as a turning mark for the liners crossing the Atlantic. And what they have there is they have a big memorial stone there, and they also have converted one of the very old lighthouses, which were actually houses where they had candles lighting to warn ships navigators of the impending danger of the old head of Kinsale, and they've converted that into a heritage building and a garden there to commemorate those who lost their lives in the sinking of the Lusitania. And then in the town itself we have in St. Multo's Cemetery adjoining the church, the St. Multo's Church, there are a number of the people whose bodies were recovered from the wreckage are laid to rest there in Kinsale. And then in the museum, which was the old courthouse town hall, which is converted to a museum in the centre of the town, the museum houses a lot of artefacts from the Lusitania, including the German U-boat log from the U-boat that actually sank the Lusitania. So, and it's always been associated with Kinsale, the Lusitania, and we get a lot of people coming to Kinsale to not only view the area, land area where the Lusitania was sunk adjoining to, but also to, commemorate the passing of that notorious event, both in the museum and visiting the graveyard where the people are laid to rest.
Newport has the shipwreck from Captain Cook's first voyage around the world, the Endeavour Bark, and we'd like to see a heritage tourism program created around that shipwreck, similar to the materials and exhibits and things that have been developed at Kinsale. So we'd like to know more about what you've done at Kinsale about the Lusitania. Your historic shipwreck and our historic shipwreck share an awful lot in common.
I was only lately looking at some photographs when the funerals of those poor people that were torpedoed on the Lusitania and that were being buried in Kinsale, and there was a very, very large crowd turned out to it. But all this adds to the history of the Lusitania. It adds to Kinsale, and I think that's what tourism is about. They want to find out what happened in the past. And that's why they come to Kinsale, to research maybe the Lusitania by going to these museums and going to where the people are buried from the Lusitania in St. Multo's Church.
Newport folks would like to see a similar sort of development of heritage tourism around the Endeavour that's in Newport Harbor, similar to what Kinsale is doing with the Lusitania, which is off their shores.
We're very excited here in the city of Newport about the celebration around the Captain Cook's Endeavour, as well as in Kinsale with the Lusitania. Every time I go to Kinsale, there's a discussion about the Lusitania.
Do you think that the city would be interested in supporting the kinds of things that the people in Kinsale are supporting for their shipwreck?
Well, I think it's a natural fit. I mean, if you look at the visitors that come to Newport, at least 1 million of them are coming for the heritage here in the city of Newport. For our colonial homes, for Gilded Age mansions, all of those things. So a significant portion of our of our tourist travel is just that. The support that we provide is really to draw on the importance of Newport as a harbor, and,
Yes.
and the fact that one of the most famous sailors in the world, his boat sank right here in Newport Harbor.